Okay, so hip-hop production, I would have to say, started with Kool Herc.
Hip-hop was born out of seemingly nothing. In the 1960s and 1970s, construction of highways in the Bronx destroyed the former community and ghettoized the blacks and Latinos that stayed in the area. In the 1970s, a Jamaican immigrant named DJ Kool Herc brought the Bronx community together by DJing parties, laying down the framework of what became hip-hop culture and rap music. Building something out of almost nothing, Herc created a new form of music by using other people's music played on two turntables. By juggling a drum break or breakbeat from one turntable to the other, Herc was able to create a new, danceable music out of old material. Other DJs in the Bronx, such as Africa Bambaataa and Grandmaster Flash, incorporated his techniques into their own DJ sets and spread the music further throughout New York. In the late 70s, producer and label owner Sylvia Robinson incorporated the sounds of the block parties into studio-produced music. In 1979, she released the song Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang, which became the first popular rap song on the radio. The success of Rapper's Delight enabled rap to be heard on the radio.
I mean, the Sugar Hill Gang was, pioneered. Were they important? Yes, everybody's important.
In 1986, Rick Rubin, the founder of Def Jam Recordings, decided that Run DMC should collaborate with Aerosmith to do a cover of Aerosmith's song Walk This Way. By combining rap and rock music, Walk This Way pushed rap music into the American popular music sphere, transforming both American and hip-hop culture in the process. Rubin was known for his minimalist production, often creating beats that emphasized the drums and stripped away everything else. He was also interested in both rap and rock, and he combined the sound of both into his work. Rubin went on to produce LL Cool J's first album, Radio, a showcase of his minimalist production and combination of rap and rock. In LL Cool J's song Rock the Bells, Rubin used a drum machine to provide the primary element of the beat. He also incorporated some simple guitar, which showed his interest in rock music.
Rick Rubin was really big on mixing rock and punk into the rap. He had a lot of guitars. He did Run DMC, he did LL Cool J when they started out. A lot of drum programming. He was real heavy on the drums. I heard sometimes he would record a couple drum loops and then he'd slow them down on the tape. He'd record them fast and then slow them down so that they get that real crunchy, nasty, funky sound, and then he'd just re-record that, and that's what they would rap over.
Around the same time, the Bomb Squad began producing some of rap's most influential albums. Composed of 5 producers, the Bomb Squad teamed with Public Enemy to produce their early albums. Most importantly, It Takes a Nation of Millions to hold us back. The Bomb Squad produced every song on the album, performing whole songs using samples from dozens of different songs and audio clips. Some of these samples were not melodic, adding to the harshness of their sound. After their success with Nation, Ice Cube asked them to produce his first solo album, America's Most Wanted. The Bomb Squad used the same sample layering techniques on both albums in order to provide both politically outspoken artists a musically edgy platform for their message.
Got the Bomb Squad too. That was Rick Rubin actually started off the Bomb Squad, as far as I know, because they were Public Enemy's production team, and Rick Rubin was the founder of Public Enemy pretty much. So the Bomb Squad was just crazy, all types of samples going at once. Just they would put 24 records into one song. They did a lot of scratching too. Some of the craziest production ever. I think more people should go back to that because that was fantastic. They did the first 3 Public Enemy albums. Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted.
Shaolin shadowboxing and the Wu-Tang sword style. If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
On guard. I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus! Bring the motherfucking ruckus!
In the early 90s, RZA formed the 9-man group the Wu-Tang Clan, and in 1993 they released their debut album, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. RZA had full creative control over the sound, producing the whole album. He incorporated many different types of samples: musical samples, atonal samples, vocal samples, and, most famously, Kung Fu movie samples. The Kung Fu movie samples guided the storyline of the album, metaphorically describing the 9 members of the Wu-Tang as dangerous martial artists. In addition, RZA shaped the sound of the album to convey a raw and minimalistic aesthetic, departing from the lush, polished sound found in the G-Funk music popular at the time. In the Wu-Tang Clan song Protect Your Neck, RZA combined multiple samples into one beat, By keeping a stripped-down sound, RZA emphasized the voices so as to allow the audience to focus on the lyrics.
Like, he would sample like oldies all the time, and he would also bring in the sort of kung fu movie sampling, which was really, really unique in hip hop. Nobody has really done that. I don't think. I can't think off the top of my head, but RZA sort of, that's his stamp on hip hop. He used the kung fu sampling. And in terms of beats, like as far as beats go for RZA, it's like really different and eccentric. That's really what defines RZA for me. Like, it's just really different, like off the wall sometimes.
Similar to RZA, J Dilla experimented radically with the sound of rap production. Utilizing both samples and live instrumentation, Dilla created music that emphasized syncopation and studded rhythms. In addition, Dilla chose to mix his songs differently than most producers, keeping the raw sound of the static and unmixed drums. Also, he sometimes would end the beat at unusual times, such as one measure after the rapper was finished rapping instead of letting the beat play longer. Dilla's sound is exemplified in his song Won't Do, where he utilizes both live instrumentation and a sample of the Isley Brothers' Footsteps in the Dark. He sampled the drums from Footsteps, but he chopped the drum samples in order to create a syncopated rhythm.
J Dilla, he has that unique, he kind of like defined the Detroit sound. And I think the Detroit sound still is Dilla. Now, even though he's passed, I think new producers like Black Milk, and not even just like Detroit people, like, I don't know, producers like Kanye West are influenced by J Dilla's style. I can't really like articulate what it really sounded like, but it was just that Detroit sound, the heavy bass and drums and the kicks. It was just J Dilla.
She gets two freaks, the wife and the boss. Had all three of them liking it raw. Pimp put on weight from fighting them all. In the mall, you see it and like it is yours.
This is just a small number of the many innovative rap producers. Production techniques have continued to evolve since its early days and will continue to do so.
Mr. Put him in the back with a fifth back. I need space for all of my women's. In these days, the arguing is limited. I replace the broad if she tripping. It's the game and all.